Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss a very important topic for boards. Remember, this is a very important topic. We are going to discuss about this topic from NCERT textbook. Basically this is a very important topic for boards, right? So let's discuss about it. Our chapter is ongoing, that is human reproduction, and we have completed male reproductive system as well as female reproductive system. Now today we are going to discuss about the gametogenesis. So our topic of today is gametogenesis. Okay, and gametogenesis for this today's topic will be spermatogenesis. Let's see. First of all, what is gametogenesis? So gametogenesis is formation of the gametes, right? So over here, if I write gametogenesis, gametogenesis is formation of gametes, that is spermatozoa or ova, in testis and ovary respectively. So let's write over here the definition of gametogenesis, that is formation of gametes. Okay students, formation of gametes. Now if I talk about the gametes, you are familiar how many types of gametes are there? There are two types of gametes. First one is spermatozoa. First one is spermatozoa and second one is ova. Now you are also familiar where these gametes are produced. So these gametes are produced in the gonads, right? So which are the gonads? As I have said in male reproductive system and female reproductive system, that spermatozoa is produced in testis, right? And ova is produced in ovary. These are gonads. So you are getting it what I am trying to say, that spermatozoa will be produced in testis while ova will be produced in the ovary, right? Okay. Now talking about the gametogenesis, right? The thing is, there are two types of gametes. So we are having two terms, spermatogenesis and oogenesis, right? Entire gametogenesis is under the control of the three hormones, right? So is regulated by basically three hormones. Which are the three hormones? GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormones. Second one is LH, luteinizing hormones, and the third one is follicle stimulating hormones. So these are the three hormones which are responsible for the regulation of gametogenesis, right? That is gametes formation, right? Okay. With it, vitamin E is also required, right? Vitamin E. And if a person is having vitamin E deficiency, he may or she may get sterile. Okay, so remember this, that vitamin E is very essential in gametogenesis. Okay, and next one is vitamin A. This is also required in the process of gametogenesis. Now when does this gametogenesis starts? Gametogenesis starts at the puberty, right? So this entire process marks during the onset of the puberty, right? You are familiar with this term. Okay, now first let's say this formation of spermatozoa, formation of sperm or spermatozoa is referred as spermatogenesis. It is referred as spermatogenesis. And formation of ova, right? Okay, formation of ova in the ovary or ovum is referred as oogenesis. Clear, students? Now, in any type of gametogenesis, whether it is the formation of spermatozoa, whether it is the formation of ova, it will undergo three basic steps. Okay, this is for conveniency of learning. Entire process is actually continuous, but it is divided into three steps. Getting it? So, basic three steps or three phases in any gametogenesis, whether the spermatogenesis or oogenesis, it is common. Both includes three basic steps, three phases, right? First phase is multiplication phase. First phase is multiplication phase. Students, you remember this multiplication phase. Second one is growth phase. Okay, second one is growth phase, and the third one is maturation phase or meiotic phase. So there are three phases: maturation phase or meiotic phase. So this is the first part of our video. Right now we are starting with the first topic, that is spermatogenesis. Let me clean this and then we can start the spermatogenesis. Now let us start the topic, that is spermatogenesis. Okay, so what is spermatogenesis? If I say spermatogenesis, it is formation of the sperm or spermatozoa from immature germinal cells, right? So formation of sperm from germinal cells, right? That is referred as spermatogenesis. Now talking about the first thing, let us understand, when I was teaching you about the seminiferous tubules, right? They are present in the testis. Okay, so these seminiferous tubules are lined by a specialized cells called as germinal cells. Now these germinal cells undergoes divisions, or it passes through various stages to form the sperm. Okay, with it there are certain other cells called as Sertoli cells. So let me first write, testis contains seminiferous tubules, right? And these tubules are lined by, internally they are lined by the special types of cell called as germinal cells. These are cuboidal in nature, right? Internally lined by germinal cells, and with it there are certain supportive cells referred as Sertoli cells or nerve cells. So students, these both are very important, right? This germinal cell will undergo the first division, that is called as multiplication phase. Okay, the first phase was multiplication phase. So this germinal cell is diploid in nature, right? This is diploid in nature. So this will undergo the division and further it is going to form a sperm. But let me explain you the importance of Sertoli cells. Sertoli cells give nourishment, as I have already explained, give nourishment to developing sperms, right? To developing spermatozoa. Okay. Now with it, Sertoli cells secretes three biological, chemical or biochemicals, right? Secretes three biochemicals. Okay, so understand it. First one is anti-Mullerian hormone. This inhibits the development of Mullerian duct in male. So first one is anti-Mullerian hormone. Okay, Mullerian hormone. Next one is antigen binding protein, ABP, antigen binding protein. Antigen binding protein accumulates or helps to collect the testosterone so that it can efficiently undergo spermatogenesis. And the third one is hormone inhibin, right? Third one is inhibin. So these are the three biochemical hormones. These two we are going to discuss in the hormonal regulation. And the importance of anti-Mullerian hormone I have already said. It inhibits the development of Mullerian duct in males. Okay. Now the main part. This germinal cell is going to undergo three phases of its for the formation of sperm. So first phase is multiplicative phase. So these germinal cells, right? Okay. So these germinal cells, I am starting from here. Germinal cells, which are 2n. The first phase, as I said, it is multiplicative phase. This undergoes repeated mitotic division. This undergoes repeated mitotic division. Mitotic division itself explains us that the chromosome number remains same. It is a equational type of division, right? So students, when germinal cell is undergoing repeated mitotic division, this forms a special cells which are referred as spermatogonia, right? These are spermatogonia. Okay, so basically germinal cell undergoes repeated mitotic division to form just spermatogonia. Now first, what will be the function of spermatogonia? Spermatogonia are itself 2n in nature because it has underwent mitotic division. These spermatogonia are of two types. Remember this: type A spermatogonia and type B. Okay. So students, for example, if I say this is a germinal cell which is lined internally in seminiferous tubule. This undergoes first division to form two cells. Then these two cells undergo further division to form another two cells. Likewise, same way, this is the cells. These all are spermatogonia, right? These are spermatogonia. Now remember this. Type A type of spermatogonia. Which type? Type A. Type of spermatogonia is not going to differentiate. It will continue as a stem cells. That means it will continue the cell lineage. It will continuously divide and further supply the more spermatogonial cells. But type B, certain spermatogonial cells. For example, if I say this is type A, right? This is type A, this is type A, this is type A. But this becomes type B. Type B continues to differentiate, and it will form primary spermatocyte. So first one was which phase? Multiplicative phase. Okay students, it underwent repetitive mitotic division. Now talking about this type B increases in size. That means almost double. So this is the first cell that is increased. So this is phase called as growth phase. Getting it? This is growth phase. Now this, after undergoing differentiation, right, and when it underwent the growth phase, how it increased in the size? It took the nourishment from the germinal cells, and the size of this spermatogonia increases. This spermatogonia is now referred as primary spermatocyte. This, after increasing in size, it is referred as primary spermatocyte, which is also diploid. This is also diploid because it has not underwent any kind of division. Now, further, this is a very important phase. This primary spermatocyte will undergo first meiotic division. Now, first meiotic division is reductional division, means chromosome number gets half. So, first division will be meiosis 1. So, this is the third phase as we have discussed. First was multiplicative, second is growth, and third one is the meiosis or maturation phase, in which it will form two equal haploid secondary spermatocytes. See, remember this, these are haploid secondary spermatocyte. Okay, students. So, if you think about the secondary spermatocytes, right? Secondary spermatocytes are haploid, so that means the chromosome number of this will be 23. Over here 2n means 46. 2n means 46 chromosomes. Now n means 23. That is haploid condition. Okay. Now this secondary spermatocyte will further continue to complete its meiosis 2. Getting it? It is going to complete meiosis 2. Now secondary spermatocytes will further divide, but chromosome number always remains same in secondary meiosis. That is why it is a type of equational division, not reduction. Meiosis 1 is reductional division, that is why chromosome number gets half. But in this case, the formed cells are referred as spermatids. These are still not sperms. So these are again haploid, and haploid. So this is the formation of haploid spermatids. After this, this haploid spermatids now gets matured. These are transformed into sperm cells. This gets transformed into sperm cells. These are sperm. These all are also haploid. Means spermatids are transformed into sperms. Okay, students. So this is the actual process. Now, after this, sperm gets embedded. Okay, in the head, the sperm head gets embedded, right, in Sertoli cells. So see over here, these Sertoli cells provide nourishment, protection, everything, right? Why? Because Sertoli cell act as testis barrier, which protects sperm from immune system, So basically, students, if you see this, this is the case, right? So when it gets embedded in Sertoli cells, finally sperms are released from seminiferous tubule, and this is called spermiation. What it is called? Spermiation. Okay, so students, this is the process. Now if I say this entire part is spermatogenesis, but spermatids when get converted into sperm, it is referred as spermiogenesis. So this is the formation of the sperm. Now we will see the role of hormones and the structure of the sperm. Thank you.